Hey, Tara here with you. It's really good to be here with you today. And if you're just watching for the first time, I just want to say welcome. If you're returning again, I just want to say thank you for your support. And I want to just dive right into our topic for today. I want to talk a little bit more about about the detoxing that I've been doing and how I've been taking care of my body over the past 28 days. I don't have the availability in my schedule tomorrow to cover that topic. And so I thought that I would go ahead and go into that with you today since we've been meeting typically on Mondays lately. And so I want to talk a little bit more about taking care of your body. And first and foremost, it's so different for everybody because, how one person's body responds can be totally different than the other responds, and the types of foods can be entirely different. And so, it's interesting how the body reacts, and a lot of people believe that it's also based on blood type. There have been studies done to kind of confirm that. And so, when we talk about detox, what you have to think about, what does the meaning of detox actually take on for you? Is that something that you think is just a pill that you swallow? Is it just a liquid that you take and then you're on the bathroom for a long period of time? Because I've had over the last 2 years since I've really notched it up a level with detox, I've had people tell me different things of what detox means to them. And, this detox, I'm on day 27 of 28 here. I wrap up tomorrow. There are also 7-day detoxes that can be done. It's the same thing. It's just a shorter amount of time. Really, here's the thing that you need to know about detox, okay? Don't think that detox is just a pill that you swallow, first of all. Don't think of it as something that's a quick fix, okay? And don't think of it as something where you're totally deprived and you don't eat and all you do is sit on the toilet, okay? It's also not just for weight loss. There are other reasons to detox your body. And some of those reasons are because your body about putting your body in a position of ketosis or being alkaline. When your body's alkaline, disease cannot come inside of the body, right? And so it just means that your body is nice and solid, that you can't get sick, you can't get allergies, you can't get any sort of diseases when your body's alkaline, okay? But the thing is, sometimes the food choices that we eat, our environment, what we breathe in, our skin is a living organism, so we're also breathing it in through our skin. We can actually receive toxins that way. So even if we eat, like, let's say totally a vegetarian diet, or we eat a paleo diet, or we eat a keto diet, okay, whatever we do, right? I'm not saying those things are bad, but I'm just saying you go out into the environment and your skin is literally a living, breathing organism, right? And so what happens is those toxins actually hit the skin, okay? And your skin absorbs them. So no matter how healthy you eat, you're also getting it from the environment. Also, the stressors around you can also affect whether or not you're able to stay detoxed in an alkaline state, right? And we could do lemon water. Let's say put a lemon, I'm sure some of you have heard, put a lemon in your water first thing in the morning, drink it in warm water, and it'll turn your body back to an alkaline state. That is true to an extent, okay, but it temporarily does it, okay? So you basically need to take time at least once a month to entirely reset your body, okay? And here's why, all right? Because when you don't take the time to do that, okay, your cells, not just your body, your cells in particular, the toxins actually build up. Well, if they're not emptied, those toxins don't have any other place to go. So they go throughout your system. And then that's how you get sick because your immune system becomes compromised. That's how you gain weight. That's how, situations in your body happen, right? Whether it's sickness or disease or, whatever that looks like. And so you need a way to get rid of those toxins so that they don't continue to build up. Okay? Now, a product of ridding the toxins out of your body would mean that your body is entirely in a state of ketosis, and you don't have to worry about those things. And yeah, you can begin the process of losing weight and whatnot from there. A product of that is the weight loss and is feeling great, but it's also the energy that you receive. It's also the sleep that you get. It's the fact that you're actually living your best life, right? Because it's not enough just to take a pill or just to swallow a liquid and say, okay, this is a justification of why it's okay to eat whatever it is that I want to eat, because that's not true at all, and people will tell me, well, you can eat bread or you can eat, chocolate or ice cream or whatever in moderation. It's all about moderation. Well, no, not necessarily, because there are people out there that even if they eat those things in moderation, it's going to come back to bite them, okay? I'm a product of that. I can actually testify to that myself. If I eat, I was telling somebody, if I eat any form of bread, doesn't matter if it's gluten-free or not, my body instantly swells. I can see the difference between whether or not I ate a grain that day. Truly, I can tell a difference. I could actually literally, if I wanted to, take a picture for you now and line it up and say, this is before grain, this is after grain, this is why I don't do grain. Okay? But getting back to the point, we have to be mindful about how we take care of our bodies, because we only get one body and we only get one opportunity to take care of it and nurture it. And so our cells need a cleansing, and they need to rid of those toxins, and no food, and no matter how healthy you eat, and no amount of water is going to solve that. Okay, you really got to put yourself in a place of really nurturing and taking care of your body and doing something for it for health reasons. Look at it as you're actually flushing your body out. And it's not just in the foods that you eat, but it's the nutrition and the things that you eat and that you take daily. It's a lifestyle. It should never be looked at as, make any more of these changes ever again because I'm already, at my goal weight, and so I've maintained, so I don't need to do that anymore. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. And just because you're trim and you're thin does not make you healthy either. Okay, so yeah, you could eat whatever you want, I guess theoretically, and not gain a pound if you have a high metabolism, but that doesn't necessarily make you healthy, and that doesn't mean you have underlying things going on with you, and just because you don't have any symptoms doesn't mean that you're healthy either. Okay, so unless you're getting like some form of what we would call like a Zytoscan, for example, that could actually tell you what your body's efficient in and what it's deficient in, you're not going to necessarily know that completely, right? We do our best, right? I'm not saying you have to like nail everything down, but what I am saying is that you should take the time to take care of your body, and not just from an outside perspective, not just from working out, not just from clearing your skin and taking care of your pores, okay? But it should also be in cleaning your body out. Okay. And I know people, they do, they take pills and whatever, they say it cleans them out, or they do an enema, or they do something and supposedly it clears them out. But this is true nutrition, a true way of doing something. What if I could tell you and share with you that you could still eat when you detox, okay? And when I say eat, I don't mean one little thing, okay? I don't know if some of you have been following my wall, but sometimes when I get a moment and I'm like, wow, that looks really good, I'll take a picture and just post it so you can kind of see and follow along with what I've been eating. And yes, I exercise and I work out, but that was for a totally different reason. First of all, it's to get the blood circulating and flowing, but secondly, it's also because it actually helps me break down the food and the things that I'm eating, and it helps put me in a state that I feel really good and solid throughout my day. So if I'm tired, like some people would rather just go take a 20-minute power nap, I actually would prefer to go work out and get the blood flowing, because I know as soon as I do that, my body's going to jump back up and it's going to say, oh yeah, I have food that needs broken down. I just ate lunch, so let me go ahead and take care of that. And then I don't have that 3 p.m. crash, right? I have that good solid energy from 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning all the way till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And then I allow for proper muscle recovery by going to bed at a decent hour, so that way I can hit it again the next day, because most of your recovering while you're in detox and when you're not, I don't know how many of you know this, but even if you just work out, most of your healing process and the benefits that you're going to see actually happen overnight while you're sleeping. That's why you hear about what's called intermittent fasting. So let's say you eat dinner at 5 o'clock, there's a 12-hour window, okay, in which your body goes into a state of resting. Okay, how many of you would like more sleep? Well, if you discipline and train yourself to go to bed earlier, then you're waking up the next morning at, let's say, that 5:30, 6 o'clock window. You've pretty much completed that intermittent fasting. And the idea is that not only is your system recovering, okay, but your body and your overall energy, you're going to start to see changes coming in from the inside out. Okay, and if you are overweight, you're going to start to see some of those changes. That's why we don't suggest going off of a scale, though, because sometimes fat is very stubborn. Okay, there's certain terminology for it. I'll keep it really simple. Okay, basically you just have very stubborn fat that actually it has to empty out of all the calories and all the junk and all the toxins and everything that happened to that tissue, okay, before you start losing that fat tissue. Okay, so that's why you start to see people as they scientifically start to feed their body, they start to see the transition and they start to see results. And some people see results a little bit more quickly than others, but if they stick it out, they're going to see longer term benefits. You know, once a month for a couple of years, I've watched people go from 250, 275, 300 pounds, plus. Okay, go down to, it's steady changes. Okay, it's steady changes. I'm now on day 27 and day 28. I was not a huge girl to begin with, right? I'm very muscular. And as I've worked out, I've learned not to look at the scale because I can look at it and say, crap, I gained, but I actually gained muscle. So I go by how my clothes feel, how I look, how I feel overall. Do I feel energized? You can tell I have energy, you guys. You could see the glow. You could tell I feel good. Okay, I'm thinking more clearly. I'm ready to focus. I'm ready to perform whatever needs done. I'm ready to take care of it. It's now almost 2 o'clock. I'm not even close to crashing. Okay, and I don't need the energy drink. I don't need the coffee. And why? Because I am actually taking care of the nutrients in my body. I'm actually feeding myself the food that my body actually needs, okay? Because we can eat something that we think is going to give us energy, but that doesn't mean that we took care of the cells, right? It doesn't mean that we took care of our health completely. It's something that must be practiced, and it's a lifestyle, so it's something that is continuous, day by day. And I'm not suggesting go empty your cupboards and empty your refrigerator and, just start with all clean eating, all the dark green leafy vegetables, all the Brussels sprouts, all the low glycemic fruit like berries or, apples or cherries or things like that that are a little bit on the healthier side, okay? And just get very lean cuts of meat. No, I'm saying take the time to make really subtle changes over time with what you're consuming and, what you're eating. I started seeing the results with like sleep and my energy first. That's usually the first two things that people report on. I was sleeping throughout the night, no interruptions, higher levels of energy, like I said, no crashing throughout the day. And then I started slowly to see the weight loss, on a cleanse day, for example, I would see the benefits. That's when I would drop the most weight, actually. And at first, some of it was water weight, but then when it was continual, I noticed that, because usually you lose the water weight first, but if you stay hydrated, you start to actually lose the fat over time. And so I would start to see a steady progression of weight loss. It was 3, then 4 pounds, right? And then I jumped to 6.2, and then whatever the next amount was. And now I'm down to about 16 pounds of weight loss just on this detox alone, right? And so my goal, once I hit that 28 day, is to go into a maintenance mode where I maintain these things, okay? And what that looks like, so I have certain days that I do cleanse, right? Just look at them more like you're doing fruits and you're doing vegetables, right? But you're not just doing like one apple, then like, a set of Brussels sprouts, and then later on in your day, a few cherries or something, and then you eat a pepper for dinner. No, we eat, man. I mean, I make like mixed vegetables out of fresh vegetables and I just roast them in my oven. That's one of my favorites. And then I put all the spices that I want and I just eat that. I eat salads, man. I eat like fruit, you know? I get all my berries mixed together and sometimes you see me like even with my apples, I'll put like cinnamon on them and stuff and eat them like that. It just kind of like lets you be creative and fun. Like clean eating can still be fun. It tastes delicious. I love it. It tastes like candy. Like I don't even feel deprived, right? And it's kind of interesting because as you start to change your habits, like even if let's just say I did cheat and I went to like go grab the donut or whatever, it doesn't even taste the same. It doesn't even taste as good, or it tastes like too sugary. It doesn't have the same sensation that it once had, or the same appeal it once even had. And it doesn't have the power over my life to control the way I eat anymore, which is great. I can say yes to something that's going to nourish my body rather than destroy it, rather than, because when you put toxins in your body, you know, they're linking sugar to cancer. There's so many things going on that if you really study the body, you'd be really surprised what it is that you learn from it. But it's just changing habits over time, just reading and making subtle changes as you go. And I would say definitely having the right accountability really makes a huge difference too. If you have somebody in your corner that's really encouraging you to make the right eating decisions, or people are doing it with you, it makes a huge difference. I don't know about you, but I'm much more likely to stay accountable if I'm doing it with somebody that I know, that I care about, or even if I don't know them and I'm just doing it with them, like we're just getting over a challenge. Like we started on New Year's Day, okay? A group of us started, okay? And some of us work out together too. But we started and we're just getting ready to wrap up, okay? So the biggest key thing here, I'm sorry, it wasn't exactly on New Year's because that would make the dates wrong. It was a little bit after that, okay? But the bottom line is it was that same span of time. So anyway, but getting back to it, we want a process that's as gentle as possible. When I looked to detox, I didn't want to starve my body or be in a place where I wasn't necessarily taking care of it, you know, or feeling so deprived that all I do is regress and I cheat because I'm not staying disciplined. Okay, so for me, it was really important to have something that I could see that was tangible in front of me too. And a lot of us are very visual, right? And so I'm like, when I noticed even on cleanse days that I was eating, I mean, I was also eating like not just fruits and veggies, like salads and roasted vegetables, but I had the opportunity to you know, drink a broth that I made. You know, it was very tasty. It was great at night and kept me from going into the cupboard and grabbing munchies. You know, I also had the opportunity to eat pickles. Like, who doesn't like pickles, right? And so I didn't feel deprived at all because they're like, oh man, you can have as many pickles as you want. You can have this yummy broth. And, you know, it was so reinforcing to me, you know? And then the next day I'm like, great, I can have my shake day. Oh man, I looked at the schedule. I'm like, I can even have a meal in here. And it was like a full on meal, you know? So not only did I have my fruit and veggies at breakfast and for snacks and stuff, but I got a full-on meal, so I could be as creative as I wanted. I could eat meats, or I could keep it more vegetarian-like, or I could do alternative plant sources or proteins or, you know, whatever, you know, and I can include that with like carbs. So I'm like, rice, bring it on. I can make sweet potato fries even better, you know, and I could still get my fat in because, you know, I'm like, oh, an avocado just sounds delicious. Like, I just want to go peel one and eat one. You know, so it was just all of these things that I knew I was eating normal portions. I didn't feel deprived. It wasn't just a small plate of roasted vegetables. I'm talking full-size plate of vegetables, you know? And then, you know, on my meal days, I'm like, bring it on. I got like all the meals in. In my shakes, you know, I wasn't a fan truly of the matcha, but I know there are a lot of people that really like it, but it really helped when I was able to put like berries and like nut milk in it and a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of natural sweetener if I really felt like I needed it. And I really didn't feel deprived. I mean, it still wasn't like my favorite thing, but it was something that was edible that I could get down. And matcha has so many health benefits. Talk about cleaning you inside out and helping to reduce inflammation. I mean, it has so many health benefits. You guys need to read up on matcha, M-A-T-C-H-A. Okay, it comes from the tea plant. Anyway, it's amazing what it does. You should read up on it. It's great. I encourage you to go do it and start learning. You're like, what's this about fat and matcha and all these things you're sharing? Like, I am giving you little nuggets to throw in front of you just to kind of tease you a little bit. But in all reality, it's really good. And it's something that you can do that's steadily there. It's not like you go from eating all meals to nothing. You're back to eating full plates of, fruit and veggies and really taking care of your body. You're still eating, you're just changing the way that you eat food. And rather than eating food because it just tasted good but didn't have any health benefit, you're actually instead eating it because it tastes good, but also because it's nourishing your body. You're healing from the inside out. You're taking care of your skin. You're taking care of your hair. You're taking care of your nails. You're taking care of your weight. You're taking care of anything that could be showing up in your body that you don't know about because you just don't have symptoms to it yet. And just because you're like, oh, I'm in my 20s and 30s, I have time. Well, a lot of the things that happen with the body start to begin in your 20s and 30s. You're not safe, not even at 20 and 30. Okay? My own mother started having health issues in her mid-30s. Okay? They weren't majorly significant, but they led to chronic health problems later on. Okay? So you're not safe, not even in your 30s. And not everybody is. I mean, just because you think you are, just because you work out, you look great, and if you're not working out the right way, you could be damaging your body too. So you need the nutrition, the nutrients to keep from injuring your muscles if you work out, to keep your body in peak performance, okay? To help it to perform the way that it needs to. So I'm not saying you have to detox and work out. Actually, detoxing your body, you don't have to necessarily do that, but it's just an added benefit if you can do both. And just taking care of your body consistently, even if you're just detoxing on a once a month basis, you'd be really amazed at what it does for the body over time, even if you're just seeing subtle results. And when I go into the maintenance mode next, I'm going to alternate between my meal and my shake days, so I'm still keeping on track because I want to stay in the best shape and performance I possibly can. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I want to stay completely balanced. And I'm not saying that it's never okay to cheat or that it's never okay to have something fun to eat or good to eat that you can enjoy. But what I am saying is do it in a day or two and get back on track. You don't even have to do it for a day or two. You can just have one meal that's off track and then get back on. And it's not a matter of constantly staying in this process. Okay, I can only have this. I can only have this. No, it's getting in the mindset that you truly keep your cheating to a moderation point. You truly keep things in perspective and you learn how to incorporate foods that are good and nourishing for your body. Basically just anything that's non-starchy vegetables. Most meats are safe. I don't personally do shellfish or pork, but you can eat most meat, you can eat most complex carbs. Most fat options are fairly healthy, I guess, unless you're using canola oil and things like that, which aren't really recommended. But to answer your question, I mean, that's the most common question that I get is, do you feel deprived on it? No, I feel amazing doing it. And I feel so much different when I eat ice cream and a donut versus, fruit and veggies first thing. I feel like I have my fuel for the day and I'm ready to hit it. And it's just a matter of mindset changes. It's a matter of creating new little habits over time that in the end are creating big changes in your life. But it starts with a small, simple seed that you're willing to sow into the ground, that you're willing to take the time to study and start learning. And that's the thing, you guys, like if you really want to start learning about this, because I know I've mentioned a few things, if you really want to start learning, you're like, Tara, I'm not really ready to just full on detox yet. I don't know that I'm ready to go that step. I really still like my fried chicken a little bit, and I occasionally like to eat my French fries. That's totally fine. But if you're like, I want to learn about it and I want to see, what's this detox look like? What does eating healthier on a cellular level look like? What does it mean to maybe start changing a few things here or there? Or, who are other people that are getting these kind of results? Can older people do it? Can younger people do it? Whatever that looks like, I'm going to invite you to come take a look. You have nothing to lose, okay? And if you're like, well, Tara, I can eat this, but I can't eat this. Can I still do it? Heck yeah, you can. I actually did this and I modified it while I was pregnant and breastfeeding. Okay. So it's something you can totally do. It's like really simple, straightforward. You follow a plan, you know what you need to eat. It's great, right? Like it's real simple, easy, structured. You can't miss out. You can't lose, right? It's so simple. It's really spelled out for you. So if you're like, yeah, I really want to learn about it. I want to learn what this could possibly mean for me. I'm just curious mainly. Let me know. Send me a private message. I'm going to leave my information in the comment section of this Facebook Live. I want you to feel free to reach out to me and be like, hey, whatever that is that you're doing, I don't really know. You said something about 7 and 28. I just kind of want to learn what's all involved in the process. Let me know. Send me a message. Let me know, hey, I just want to learn about that, like whatever detox thing it is that you were talking about. And I'd be happy to connect you and just kind of add your name to the group and just kind of have you scope things out and see what you think about it. It doesn't hurt to take a look underneath everything. If you're like, yeah, I want to learn more. I'm fairly serious, but I don't know how this all works and what that means to me. Still message me. Like I said, information's going in the comment sections of this video because I want you to be able to partake. I don't want you to ever feel alone or that you can't ask me questions. I want to stay a safe place and a learning place for you to connect. I'm on day 27 and down 16 pounds. It's pretty significant, and it's not just the first time that I've done this. I've continued this journey. I've lost weight over time in the 2 years now. I mean, I've gone from a 14, 16 petite skinny jean down to a 10. I'm almost an 8 now. I can't remember the last time I was an 8, and I'm pretty muscular, so for me, that's really good. You may lose even more. You may lose more inches. You may actually experience a totally different set of results, but I would love to hear what those results look like if you're willing to give this a shot. So if you want to look at it further, please get back with me. Even if we're not friends on Facebook, feel free to message me. I do check my others folder. You can also message me privately if you know my Facebook privately. Feel free to do that, or you can respond. I'm going to leave a link there in the comments below the video. You can click on that, fill out your name and your email, and I'll definitely get back in touch with you, and I'll look forward to connecting with you further that way. So whichever's most comfortable for you, I just want you to know I'm there for you. I believe in you. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. So make sure that you get back with me so that you are not missing out on what could be a transformation of a lifetime for you. I look forward to hearing from you. I have got to run now and go get my kids. It's starting to be that part of my day, but it was really good to spend time with you. If you're just jumping on, please catch the replay. If you thought this was good, somebody that could really truly benefit, then feel free to tag them or send them this video. I am going to be uploading this video to YouTube, so you can watch it that way as well. I do have a YouTube channel, so look for me there. You can also look for me on Instagram as well if you've got that. But for now, if you have any questions, just please reach out to me. Like I said, my information will be in the comment section of the video. I'll also have a link for you to click on where you can fill out your name, your email, and then that way we can get connected, and I can ask you some questions, figure out what your needs are, what detox could potentially mean for you. Let's get a dialogue going so we can see if it's going to be a match and a good fit. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great rest of your day. I may do another live this week. I'm not quite sure yet. If not, stay tuned. I'll probably be going live this next Monday, since that seems to be a regular for us. Have a great rest of your week. Be looking out for a message about future Facebook Lives from me, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye for now.